Just want to bring you some breaking news now. We're hearing that Trevor Francis, the former footballer, has died. We're just hearing this now. I'm just going to bring you some reaction to it. Trevor Francis, many of you will know, former Nottingham Forest star and England star. We're hearing that he has died at the age of 69 in his home in Marbella. Trevor Francis, England's first ever £1 million player. When you think about the kind of money that is involved in buying and selling players now, you think back to that era and he was the first £1 million player. Instrumental in helping Brian Clough's Nottingham Forest, win the European Cup in 1979. A famous goal, a world-famous European Cup winning goal in that final. He, of course, went into management later on, managing both QPR and Sheffield Wednesday. We're hearing that Trevor Francis died at his home near Marbella in Spain today. Unconfirmed reports that he suffered a heart attack. Let's bring you a reaction from Gary Lineker, who has taken to social media on hearing the news, saying, "Deeply saddened to hear that Trevor Francis has died, a wonderful footballer and a lovely man. It was a pleasure to work alongside him both on the pitch and on the telly. R.I.P. Trevor." Let's bring in now sports correspondent Rob Harris, who is in the newsroom for us now. And Rob, this is really sad news for football fans, and particularly for those who, as Gary Lineker said, played alongside him on the pitch and worked with him in punditry, because he really was a nice bloke.
Yeah, Trevor Francis, very familiar to so many, not only as a player and a manager, also as a pundit as well, commentating on the game, and someone who really was reflecting the rise of football in the country as well, just more broadly, and a really transformative figure, someone who commanded the first £1 million fee for a British player in 1979 when he joined Nottingham Forest, and then making such an impact. This is such a different era of the game. He headed in the goal that gave Nottingham Forest European Cup glory in 1979, and then they won the competition again the following year. Nottingham Forest, not a team that many would associate now with reaching not even the pinnacle of English football, but able to conquer Europe. And Trevor Francis really was at the heart of that, one of the flourishing players, and a player who really was the heart of Brian Clough's successes with Nottingham Forest, helping a provincial team become the dominant force in European football, and really sort of signifying his role in that. At the same time, having a career with England, playing at World Cups, 52 appearances for England, 12 goals for his country as well. And there you see him in his role working with the FA Cup, and he actually won the League Cup as well for Sheffield Wednesday in his career, because he was also there at the start of the Premier League era as well in the early 90s, before going on to have a managerial career himself with Queen's Park Rangers, with Sheffield Wednesday, and becoming one of those figures integral to the organisations like the League Managers Association too, helping the next generation of coaches. Although he's not actually been in management for 20 years. He was last a manager at Crystal Palace after a stint there of a couple of years, having been at Birmingham City, a club that you know, many will associate him with, having spent several years there after his stint at Sheffield Wednesday too. But not only playing and winning with Nottingham Forest, but having a career beyond England too. The fact going on to leave Manchester City, the club he joined from Nottingham Forest, to play in Italy with Sampdoria, Atalanta too, and then for Rangers too in Scotland. So certainly a notable figure, but for many he will always be remembered as the first £1 million British player. And the news coming in today from Spain that he has died at the age of 69.